What's going on, Jeromes? It's a beautiful Monday. It's the first victory Monday of the freaking season. Mercifully. Also at our store, purpleftw.net, 15% off sale. Victory Monday, sure. 15% off if you use promo code WINNING, which hopefully we can use that many other times. So check that out, purpleftw.net. But the Vikings, again, are allegedly 1-3 and looking to make some hay in the NFC North division. But we got some truths. Sometimes they're hard truths, sometimes they're not so hard truths. But we got 10 truths on Tell the Truth Monday. Number 1, Harrison Smith is a Hall of Famer. Ooh, that one is pretty easy. Where for years he has not gotten the Pro Bowl and All-Pro love. He was left off the 2010s All-Decade team. But Harrison Smith is a friggin' Hall of Famer. And again, Sunday, it's tough to be prisoner of the moment, but just going back to the Rolodex, I've watched every single game and every single snap of Harrison Smith in purple. I think Sunday was his best game as a Viking. I truly do. 14 tackles, 3 sacks, obviously a career high, strip sack that led to a touchdown, calling game at the end on 4th down. You found the fountain of youth. And first couple of games, people were ready to write off Harrison Smith. Maybe they let the wrong guy go. But no, Harrison Smith just brought it. I knew, we talked about on the channel a lot, Harrison would have a career renaissance under Brian Flores, using him the way that Zimmer did up at the line of scrimmage, blitzing and getting after it. You love to see it, man. Absolutely. Next up, number 2, Marcus Davenport could change things. And I understand that Davenport has been a punchline where, hey, the guy who's always injured gets injured. He's played 4 snaps through the first 3 games, but he came out and was dynamite, man. He had 7 pressures, sack on 3rd down. One of his pressures led to a DJ Wanham sack. He looked healthy. He looked quick. He looked huge. And I do think that Davenport, opposite of Daniil, also having some Wanham sprinkled in there too, definitely could change the pass rush. Where the Vikings' first 3 games, pass rush, even though Daniil was getting sacks, was a little bit anemic in terms of pressure win rate because he just didn't have that guy who could change the game. And Davenport, knocking on all the wood, when he's healthy, is a absolute freaking physical freak. And I understand that people just want to take shots at Kwesi, so Davenport was an easy one to poke at. But, I mean, Davenport, $13 million might be a steal at the end of the day. Knocking on all the wood if and when he stays healthy. Next up, number 3, Justin Jefferson took over. He absolutely just dominated. 2 touchdowns, should have been 3, couple deep shots. And what's amazing is that Carolina, even without J.C. Horn, they were singling up J.J. throughout most of the game. And even though Kirk struggled a little bit early on, he knew where his bread is buttered. Also, I give props to Kevin O'Connell for manufacturing him looks and touches. And 18 just proved that he's him. Like, he is that guy. He's the alpha wide receiver 1 in the league. Next up, number 4. The offensive line is run blocking well. Now, pass blocking still leaves a little bit something to be desired, but over the last 2 games against the Chargers and the Panthers, the Vikings have been imposing their will. Alexander Mattison has racked up 188 yards on the ground over the last 2 games, 5.08 yards per carry. Akers look really good back there. Ty Chandler's had a couple of good runs, so I think overall, even though this offensive line leaves a lot to be desired, especially in pass protection, looking at Schlutman, looking at Ed Ingram, but run blocking, they've been doing pretty well. And that takes a lot of pressure off of Kirk Cousins. That opens up the playbook for what Kevin O'Connell can do. That opens up play action, keeps that viable. So there you go. Next up, number 5. But Dalton Risner should still start. Yes. So you paid Dalton Risner $4 million. He should start. And it was much to the chagrin of a lot of fans that Ed Ingram was still trotted out there, and Dalton Risner did practice in full again last week and practice on both sides, and I think that it's time to put him into the lineup. Or, again, Ed Ingram has been great as a run blocker. I'm sure he'll have another fantastically high PFF run blocking grade, but that pressure that he allowed to Yetter Gross-Matos made that interception. You know, the pop fly one that killed the Vikings' momentum, and frankly, I thought it could potentially have ended the season. Yeah, that was rough. But either way, Ed Ingram, he's still struggling out there in pass protection, and his mistakes come at the worst, absolute worst time. So I think it would be good for Ed to catch his breath, get Dalton Risner, the veteran, in there, and then just go from there. Let's go from there, man. Next up, number 6. Madison Akers are a solid 1-2. So, yeah, Madison has been running. Madison was running angry, man. He's looking like he shot out of the cannon. He's the quickest I've ever seen him in purple. And Akers, I mean, Akers came in and had a couple of nice carries, 8 for 40, a couple of nice catches too, looking shifty, looking really at home in the outside zone. So I do think that Madison and Akers, and even if you sprinkle in a little bit of Ty Chandler, will be more than enough in the backfield for the Vikings going forward. Next up, number 7. This is Kirk's first bad game. Now, people don't want to hear it. But the fumbles that Kirk had weren't necessarily on him, more on allowing free rushers to get all up in there. Plus, one was on Ed Ingram. The first interception against the Buccaneers, yes, that was on him. The second one against the Chargers at the goal line, that was on Hockenson. But I mean, Kirk's 99-yard pick six. That was no bueno, especially when the Vikings were on the freaking 1-yard line, ready to punch that thing in on the road, and it kept this game close. I mean, that was the only touchdown that they had. The defense allowed 6 friggin' points. A shout out to Flores and that crew against Carolina. But, yeah, I mean, it was a bad read. It was a bad throw. Cousins talked about it. Maybe should have thrown earlier to KJ. Should have thrown later to Hockenson. Hockenson had some issues on that one too, but that one was bad. The second interception was on Ed Ingram. Pop fly, whatever. But I like how Kirk didn't panic, even though there was some spots where Kirk Cousins' pocket awareness was very bad 2018, 2019, 2020. It gotten better, and it was pretty decent at times this year. A couple plays against the Chargers and a couple plays against the Panthers. But keeping the Vikings head above water, leading touchdown drive, hitting that free play, knowing where your bread is buttered, tossing up to JJ. That's how you save an ugly game. That's where you make lemonade out of lemons. The whole thing. You make chicken salad out of chicken bleep. 8. Need more from Hockenson. So, again, TJ Hockenson with incentives should pass Darren Waller and be the highest paid tight end in NFL history. Got to have more. And I understand that Hockenson had himself a very rough game against the Chargers. Had that opening drive fumble, and then that 2 hands on the ball in the end zone. What more do you want against the Chargers at the end? Ended in an interception, but 2 for 24 on 3 targets against Carolina, who's very susceptible down the middle. And also his role with KJ on the pick play. I mean, should he have bodied the cornerback a little bit more? Don't know. But either way, I mean, Hockenson, I mean, with big contract comes big expectations, man. And I know that Jeremy Chin is a bad dude, but you got to have more, especially when the Vikings need to move the chains in the middle of that game. Next up, number 9. Vikings could shock the Chiefs. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Vikings back home, U.S. Bank Stadium. The crowd is re-energized, loud and proud, back after it, and all of a sudden, Mahomes and Kelsey Swift and Chris Jones, they come in and they get walloped. Like, the Vikings take it to them. The offense can go shot for shot with anyone. Defensively, Flores and company got a lot of confidence from Carolina. I understand that the Chiefs are a completely different beast from the Panthers, but don't care. Blitzing Mahomes, getting after that ass, multiple safeties and pass rush, perfect setup for taking care of Travis Kelce in Kansas City, and you could score on them. I mean, not if you're the Jets, but you can score on them. So I think that's exactly what's going to happen, man. If they fix the turnovers. Ay, Dios mío. So the Vikings turnover ratio is 11-3 this season. 11-3. They're -8 in turnovers this year. And also, and Mahomes just threw a meatball to a Jet. Love it. But the Vikings have lost the turnover battle all 4 games. Yeah, you forget that. They lost 2-1 to the Panthers, but again, they got to fix it. And you saw that the Vikings defense finally got themselves a turnover. DJ Waddle ran in 51 yards for a touchdown. Need more of that. Or at least come out neutral. Stop turfing the ball. Stop giving the ball away in stupid situations. Kirk, hey, 99-yard pick 6, can't have it. I mean, mild. Mildly put, but yeah, can't have that. Last, number 11. We'll just add another one. So I think the trade talk is done for now. Yeah, because even though, it's going to be tough against the Chiefs, you're at the Bears and you're hosting the Niners, right? But the Vikings could and should stay afloat, and all the talk about Kirk Cousins to the Jets or Kirk Cousins to the Falcons or JJ out of town, wherever, ain't going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Love the one you're with. They're going to roll with it. This team is too good to break up, and they're going to get after it. It's exactly what's going to happen, man. But that's it. Tell the Truth Monday. Gets to the 11 truths about the allegedly 1-3 Minnesota Fighting Vikings. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.